My name is Kinga Chrzaszczewska, aka Kinia Kik, that's my artist name. I'm from Poland, I'm Polish. My friend called me, I'm product of two countries, because I've been living in England quite a long time, since 1985. I am 50, I still in 60s, I was born 1969. First of all, I came from Poland from the time when it was communism. It was quite great time. There wasn't much colors there. But behind that, Poland is a very rich country in folklore. And this, I always think, when I think about Poland, about dark woods, forests, and all these strange Baba Yaga stories, which I grew up with them. I was allowed as a little child to be stuck in my room and paint even until 2 o'clock in the morning. I had this kind of freedom because my mom believed I'm a big artist even though I was 4. I always like to listen to these strange, surreal stories. Really fascinate me, probably because they give me kind of the door to this imagination. My work is intuitive. I don't really think what I paint. I mean, it's just, I go with the flow. I trust my instincts, and I just do that. And this is a lot of, definitely, it's coming from inside of my personality, of the dreams which I dream. But they are not my dreams on my paper, on my paintings. There's just transformation of them. I really very much like writings by Jung, which he's talking a lot about symbols, archetypes, and mythology. This symbolic way of saying things about human condition, and that is fascinating for me. And maybe that's why I love masks and this kind of characters without the real face. And even my dissertation was about carnivalistic work, based on the work of Messenger and Annette Messenger and Paula Rego. Not just this Venice Carnival and simple mask, it's all about human condition, about the time when people allowed to swap places, to mock other people, to put these masks on, be invisible, then didn't show their own personality. And they were allowed to do everything, and there were lots of horrible things what they've done, because nobody could recognize who is that person. And I think this is about human condition in a way. I don't like to be stuck with one thing. I mean, at the moment I do collage, but I do sculpture as well, I've done animation. I like different projects. I think follow your dream and cross the security boundary, because get out of the box. The phrase is very accurate in this case, because to achieve something in life you cannot be in one place. You have to push yourself. You have to take risks. And I came to this country with a little boy, my son. He was 10 at this time. And I had no English knowledge. I mean, I used to learn English, but when I came here, I realized I don't know any English. And I was probably crazy, but at the same time, I had this something inside me which pushed me forward. That was like, subconscious need to achieve something, to do what I want. It was such a long way, but that's the life, it's just, it takes time. You don't get everything in one day. And I think you have to be really stubborn and love and passionate about your stuff. My mother knew better than me that I am an artist. Because eventually I got to the point where I am today. Oh, this is wrong. I say, no, this is good. And now from that point that it's not about if your work is good or not good. It's about everybody got different opinion and different point of view. It's just you have to go with the flow and believe what you do. You can be confused, sometimes you look for the answers, but the answers you find through process of work. And just keep doing, and that's it. You have to do it. hang on to one artist, you know, it's just, I always search for artists, and if I see some work, I have to, you know, check them, look at their work, and it's like, at the time, they really inspire me, and I can, like, for example, Leonora Carrington, she was a lover of Max Ernst, which I both love very much. And when I discovered Leonora Carrington, I bought her book with her art, and honestly, I used to go to bed with her and I sleep with this book. I just love her work. All the surrealist artists are my heroes. Russian artist, Malevich, for example, you know, I have to say this is very intellectual work, you know, but I look at the Black Square, for example. Gosh, this is so, I've got the book about Black Square. It's like he paints people eventually without, there was the face, but without, you know, without the lips, with features, yes. And that reflect of the time in Russia, you know, you wasn't allowed to speak, you wasn't allowed to have your opinions, and that was kind of his experience, which he put in his work. Louise Bourgeois, French, we all know. I love her sculptures. Francis Bacon, I mean, such a pain, I love it. I love Picasso, his imagination and his, you know, the thing. He worked, and he was so much into it, so much passion in it. I work alone. I love to work alone. I think, I mean, I've done some collaboration work, but my preferred way is I have to be on my own. It's just, I can focus while I work, I can listen to the music or some audiobooks. It's just like, when I was a little child, I used to be in my room and listen to the children's stories on the, you know, like an adapter, you know, on the vinyl.
On the vinyl.
On the vinyl, yes. And I could just, that was the best time I remember. And I think this is why I like to listen to the audiobook and focus on some stories from the radio, like drama. I just love it. And sometimes this influence my work, depends of the writer, because some writers really get into me, and some is just like, you know, just a background for me. Just nice ways to work. What I like mixed media. In my collage, I use paper. I can do photos of myself, which I print and then cut out. I can use magazines, lots of paper, gold leaf, silver leaf, copper leaves. I use, recently I used to make an excuse to buy some chocolate, which had gold paper. It was a good excuse to buy them because I need to use them for my work. I love to work on paper. Handmade paper is the best, like watercolor paper or khadi paper. But also I work on wood background. I don't really like to work on canvas. It's just too soft for me. Maybe this is related to that I use sculpture. I do sculpture as well. And it's like, I like the strong feeling, you know, something concrete, really solid. And I can put some pressure on it. And if I do this with the canvas, it's always the canvas goes wobbly. I don't like this. I use different paints. I mean, recently acrylics, but I use oil. Sometimes I do collage mix with inks or watercolor paints. I just play. I use all of the different water-based materials on my collages. I can be stuck in my studio for days. And I'm not bored at all. I just focusing to do my work. And the process of work is the most passionate moment. It's like diving into it, and it's diving into my subconscious and connection with the colors and the texture. You know, it's just fantastic. I love it.